Dear people of Playback, pay attention, because in this video we are going to tell you a story on how you should tell your story. Still with us? Let's go. We're going to focus on 4 main questions: the who, the what, the where, and the how. First of all, it's important to tackle the who. Who do we consider the target group? We have decided to focus on school boards. This group eventually makes the final decision to book your place, and is therefore, in our opinion, an important target group to focus on. Having identified the target audience, we can finally explain the core of this challenge: the what. What story should you create to gain more awareness? Robert McKee is one of the most famous storytellers in screenwriting. He states that at their most basic, stories are about conflict and resolution. We would advise you to follow his format when you want to tell your brand story to the school boards. With your plays, the conflict that you are addressing is that societal issues among youngsters are often a taboo. According to the storytelling format by McKee, whenever a story contains a conflict, a solution should be presented as well. In your story, you yourselves as Playback are the solution to these conflicts, by teaching youngsters how to overcome communication barriers on sensitive topics. Like you mentioned, this open communication will then hopefully prevent these issues from happening in the future. You now may think, sounds good, but how and where to tell the story? Let's focus on the where first. As mentioned, our strategy will be to focus on school boards, and we have found a great opportunity for you to reach out to them: the VO Congress. VO stands for Voortgezet Onderwijs, and the Congress is organized by a collaboration of high schools called the VO Raad. It is their mission to prepare high school students for their role in society. During the annual VO Congress, guest speakers of all kinds present their ideas to over 1,500 visitors. Additionally to the event, the VO Raad has a newsletter as well, and is of course active on various kinds of social media, which could help spread the story of Playback as well. So now you know what story to tell, who to tell it to, and where to tell it. This brings us at the how. We would propose you to prepare a solid sales presentation in which you address the problem and state Playback as the #1 solution, just like McKee proposed in his storytelling framework. So first of all, you want to make the school boards aware of the problems by stretching facts about societal issues among youngsters, like alcohol abuse and bullying. After stating these facts, the school boards are well aware of the problems their students are facing. And that's where you come in. In this part of your presentation, you explain that Playback utilizes entertainment education and explain why this method is effective in addressing the conflicts you aim to solve. Additionally, you mentioned that Playback approaches the sensitive topics from an emotional standpoint instead of a cognitive standpoint that the Dutch education system is mostly focusing on. As a finishing touch of your presentation, depending on where you are giving the presentation, you could either demonstrate one of your plays or invite the school boards to come visit a play to enable them to actually get a clear impression of your service. Our last advice to you is that we believe it will be helpful for Playback to measure the outcomes of your plays with, for instance, surveys or interviews. This way, you could gather hard facts about the effectiveness of your plays, which would hopefully convince new school boards to book an actual play. To conclude, this video told you what, who, where, and how to tell your story. We believe that it will be most effective for Playback to tell a story according to the format of McKee. This story could be told in an engaging presentation to school boards at, for instance, the VO Congress. We believe that if you present your story in this way, you will definitely convince them to book your plays. Thank you for watching our story about your story.